Documents have been released on X proving the exact date of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's breakup, which means two things. First of all, it was all fake. And secondly, I was right. So, y'all, we talked about this a year ago, like almost exactly when they broke up. I think, and someone's got to go back and check the record. Matt and I had a show talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and about how it seemed too good to be true, and it seemed like it was probably something that was set up by the NFL and Swift and Kelce to be a quote unquote win for everyone, except of course us, the fans. Even though I don't really care, but there are plenty of people who do. Plenty of people who put a lot into Taylor Swift's love life. Travis Kelce's not so much, except for when he was dating Taylor Swift, of course. Now, these documents, I do have to say, they have been. Travis Kelce's camp has come out and said, "Hey, this is not true. It's all a lie. Blah blah blah." So this is all possible. This is all who knows. But there was a letterhead released or there was paperwork with the letterhead of Travis Kelce released that stated that they were going to break up and it was all going to be amicable and a step-by-step process of how they should do it to make it look as good as possible. Wow. So let's actually take this from Fox News because that is the latest place to be reporting on it. Again, Travis Kelce's PR firm calls lawyers as document with exact date for Taylor Swift breakup go viral. Rumors that Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce's relationship with Taylor Swift was planned swirled around after an alleged contract with an exact date they would break up began appearing online. A document from Full Scope PR, a Los Angeles-based firm, began circulating on social media, first on Reddit, fitting enough, with a split up date of September 28th for Kelce and Swift. It also appeared to outline a plan for how to handle the reaction to the breakup, etc. Now, the reps from Kelce's team have said, this is all absolutely a lie, quote, entirely false and fabricated and not created, issued, or authorized by his agency. They've engaged a legal team for anyone who is spreading this information. So again, I will say this is just an alleged report. Probably not true, right? Because of course, Kelce is saying it's not true. Thus, it must not be true because why on earth would he lie about such a thing? So you can see here, like the gas stove. Here's some of the reports that have been released, again, from Full Scope. Now, we'll see. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if this is all true or not, but it makes so much sense. And it made sense so much so that a year ago when they started dating, I don't remember when, maybe October or something, we absolutely called this. We absolutely said that this is a farce. They're doing it as a contract to get followers for the NFL and for Taylor Swift. They signed some sort of agreement like, hey, you guys got to be dating for a year. You're going to have to be lovey-dovey in public, do some trips together, go and date. And I don't know, here's $10 million. I don't know. How much does the NFL gain when Swifties, Taylor Swift fans, watch it for a year? And then maybe some of them stay. It makes, if you're just looking at it from a business perspective, it makes absolute, total, amazing sense. And again, we saw that at the beginning. It makes sense for Kelce, who, right after he started dating her, he got this massive amount of fame. He got his show on Amazon. Someone said worth $100 million. I just saw that. Maybe that was on the Fox report. I mean, the guy has benefited hugely. The NFL has benefited hugely. How many people were tuning into the NFL who had never watched the NFL and then just, wow, amazing. The Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Don't get any holding calls against them. The sad thing is I actually like the Chiefs. I kind of want to like the Chiefs. They have Harrison Butker. I actually like Patrick Mahomes. His wife just came out and liked one of Donald Trump's Instagram posts and got killed for it. And she just came out like, hey, buzz off, and then you got to respect that in a day and age where people are afraid to say anything other than, hey, I'm a liberal and I, like killing babies and all these different things. So if you're a conservative and you actually say something publicly, it's almost miraculous. So I'm a fan of theirs, even though they're in my division. So they always beat my favorite team, which I'm not a fan of. I like Andy Reid. So a lot of the team, I like a lot of the team. I do think there is some biased for them. When you have the best player in the NFL, I think they get some calls that other teams don't. I'm not saying that that is a plan that the referees have, said, haha, we're going to not call any holding calls. I just do think that when you have a star quarterback, and this goes throughout, this is Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, your best quarterbacks just get better treatment. That's just, generally a fact. And so the league does want to protect them. They do want their stars in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. So that's oftentimes why they get there, because the referees do help them, even though, again, I'm not saying it's a grand conspiracy. But again, the sad thing about this is that I think it's true. I mean, again, I said this a year ago. I don't think it's a real relationship, and it makes too much business sense. But how weird is it, if it's true, if this is all true, that in our day and age, you can sign a contract for a fake relationship just to make money? Like, I understand fake sign relationship. I mean, there used to be all the time, forced marriages, etc., much more than there are now. I'm glad that's changed. But it used to happen all the time. You'd have princesses married off to someone, old man in Russia. I mean, it was rough. And people always think I would have loved to be royalty in the Middle Ages. No, thanks. No, I'm good. Though I don't think I would have been married off to a prince in Russia. But these days, who knows? But it's just weird and gross, right? Because they are banking on the feelings of fans, and of groupies, I suppose, whatever the Swifties are. I suppose it's just millions and millions of groupies who love her and her music and whoever she is. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. I've talked about that before. I don't understand it. I think she's talented. I think she's a good musician. She's fine. She's not the greatest musician in the world. She's just not. I don't. I know there are plenty of people, not plenty, a few people watching this who are Taylor Swift fans, and okay, I've seen worse. I've seen more dirty or foul or whatever. And I don't take her to be one who's sold her soul. Maybe. I think many of them have, but I think she has some talent. I can see why she's popular, why she's the biggest show on earth. I have no idea. None. I don't get it. I don't get it. So someone who loves Taylor Swift in the comments, please enlighten me, because I don't understand it. But she is. So she has millions of followers. And again, she just possibly, again, if this is correct, sold her followers to the NFL for who knows what, 10 million, 100 million, which I don't really understand, though, because maybe the one thing actually almost talks me out of this is that she's got to have so much money right now. I can't even imagine how much money Taylor Swift has. I mean, she's got to be nearly a billionaire, right? So maybe that's it. Maybe she just wants to reach that point. Maybe it's power. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe they sacrifice a baby goat every full moon for her. I don't know. I mean, but it is very, very icky, right? And very strange. And again, it's just perfect that this was supposedly released, because isn't the world getting a little predictable now? Isn't it? It's like predictable. You knew that the Paris Olympics were going to be bonkers, and they were. You knew that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce was a funded relationship by the NFL to gain followers. And that's what the NFL is king in the US. I mean, for sure. And look at what happened with, say, FIFA. So FIFA is the biggest organization and one of the biggest in the world, right? They're huge, probably trillions of dollars, billions for sure. And they're so corrupt. You guys remember that? What was it? It's probably already 6-7 years ago now. Bunch of them even went to prison because they're just a bunch of mafia members. When you have that much money involved in something, they're ruthless psychopaths. And you think the NFL is any different? Heck no. These are crazy people. They're billionaires. They want to be multi-billionaires. They are. Once you reach that point when you have that much money, either you just kick back and watch your team go, which I'm sure there are probably some owners like that, but I think many of them are just crazy. And so you do something like this. You get together and you say, hey, a way to bring in a couple million fans who don't watch us. Taylor Swift. Crazy. I couldn't believe it when I saw this. It just came out, yesterday or today? I guess I don't know when we're publishing this week. blows my mind. But it doesn't. It also doesn't. I'm not surprised at all because, again, I predicted it. But it's nice to be right, isn't it? Ah, it feels good. Though we don't know. We don't know. We're not sure. Let's keep that in mind. Travis Kelce says it's absolutely not true. So if these two get married and have lots of kids, then, I apologize. If they break up, in the middle of October rather than September 28th because their contract expired, well, yeah, I'll be patting myself on the back a little bit. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you enjoy the show and you want more content like it, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, and support us on Patreon so that we can just dig a little deeper into who Taylor Swift is and just how much money she made in her contract with Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs. NFL